If the Don Krieg Pirates, or at least what remained of them, turn good, at least relatively, and join the Strawhats, or at least their Grand Fleet, is a genuinely interesting version of the crew introductory villain turning good scenarios to me. Keep in mind that to really tackle Sanji's origin villain rather than his arc villain turning good, you have to actually take on the story of what if Judge turned good, which deserves time all of its own. So Krieg, Gin, and Pearl become the obvious next best choices. What makes this interesting beyond just getting to further involve these characters, which we've been looking out for the reappearances of for so long, a lot more and for a lot longer, especially the likes of Gin, is the fact that this would likely change a lot and could be rather plausible. Mihawk in this continuity just holds back a smidgen less and humbles Krieg a lot more. The Armada cut down to just a trio who are immensely grateful for the food given to them by Sanji. As for a conflict, Mihawk could still rock up to finish them off, while like in live action, Arlong and his crew could attack the Baratie, prompting Krieg, Gin, and Pearl to join forces with the Strawhats as they defend the restaurant to pay off their debts. From here, I could see the Krieg Pirates becoming at least some of the first temporary guest characters on the ship, before Vivi and Karu, which would introduce big changes aside from bolstering the crew's strength. Gin, for example, having such similar traits of both Zoro and Sanji almost equally, could probably lead to helping the duo train more actively in preparation for the Grand Line, so that way they can better support their captain and avoid the same mistakes their crew made. Krieg, though his will and ambition may still clash with Luffy somewhat, would have already had his dreams destroyed by someone much stronger, so he may take on a more mentor role to the likes of he and Usopp, whom he would likely bond a lot with, especially since his skills as a military-grade craftsman and strategist would likely far extend the life of the Mary before the crew even meets Franky, and could make a much more lethal warrior of the sea out of the long-nosed sniper. While on the other hand, a lot of his experiences and failures could be a very valuable perspective for Luffy. Pearl is admittedly a bit more boring of an addition. However, his slight cowardly streak and focus on defense make him a perfect addition to the likes of the weaker Strawhats. And with a mechanic like armament hockey in the verse, that actually could have some consequences of its own, at least far down the line. In this story, sagas like Alabasta would be extremely interesting, since I could see Krieg wanting a rematch with someone at, or possibly even wanting to reach the Warlord level himself before the system is disbanded, giving him his confidence back, and likely bonding with Vivi over some of the concepts of leadership and responsibility he's grown to understand. Eventually after the arc, or maybe a few down the line more, I believe Krieg would be inspired to restart his pirate crew from scratch. However, doing so also as the first official members of the Strawhat Grand Fleet.